I got a package today, but look, it came with alterations brought to you by the post office. Want to see how altered? Well, before I do the opening, let's do a quick tour of the box. So here's our starting corner. Look, a massive hole, but not quite as massive as this hole. Look at that. Now you can see that whatever's inside is well protected by padded envelopes, but take a look at that. It's an impressive alteration of the box. You're probably also seeing other little dents and dings as we go around. The box has definitely been flattened. This corner has been also crushed to the point of being torn open, but it's this hole down here that keeps drawing my eye. I don't know how else to describe it other than a puncture wound, not caused by crushing, but by tearing or actually having something jammed into the box. So that's pretty special. But anyway, let's open it up and see what's inside. Now I know what's inside because I got a shipping notification last week, but it's still a secret for you, and let's keep it that way for a little while longer, at least if you haven't read the title of the video. Now, there are 2 books contained within, one of which I waited to order until it was officially available. I didn't do it as a pre-order. The second one I did as a pre-order, and I was lucky enough to be able to have them combined together. Now, it's been my habit to order directly from the Design Mechanism site. Part of that was habit, part of that is, I guess, brand loyalty, but part of it is this important note in the shipping section on the Design Mechanism site, where it specifies UK, European, and Australia, New Zealand customers use Aeon Games Publishing for your ordering. So as it doesn't cite Asia, where I live, I opted on the side of friendship to go with the Design Mechanism. That turns out to be not what you should do. If you're outside of North America, basically, you should be ordering from Aeon Games Publishing for your print material. The shipping costs are lower for Aeon than they are for the Design Mechanism, and therefore they'll be lower for you. But the key point to take away here is you'll be saving the game company, the Design Mechanism, money if you order from the right place. So don't make the mistake that I did. Order from Aeon Games if you're ordering to a location outside of North America and you want print copies. Anyway, let's get back to this horribly maimed box and the contents which are hiding within. Now, don't panic about the books. As I mentioned before, they're fine. But the last thing I want to show you here, if I can get this box flap open, are the air pillows, those transparent packs of air. Now, this box obviously had a rough journey, and these pillows did their job. This one is completely flat, right? No air remaining. This one, likewise, is pretty battered. Each one of them has pockets that are completely deflated. Likewise with the bottom. But the UPS padded envelope here, other than some wear and tear on its protective coloration, seems otherwise fine. I don't have a lot of worry the games are going to be crushed or the corners bumped, but whatever happened to this box, it certainly had quite an adventure making it to me. So let's dispose of the packing, let's dispose of the box, and its war injuries, and get on to the books. As padded envelopes go, the UPS ones are among the best. The plastic exterior for waterproofing and the heavy bubble wrap within. The adhesive is also very strong. It's difficult to open with your hands, so I like to just slice the end open here and then take a look inside. As you can see, we've got one softcover and one hardcover book, but yet their identities remain secret until now. We can reveal that I've ordered After the Vampire Wars, and with a little adjustment of focus, you'll be able to see the second one, and that's Mythic Constantinople. After the Vampire Wars was written by John Sneed, and it really covers a lot of ground in the modern era. It's a great example of how you can use the basic rules of Mythras plus the futuristic rules that we can find in Luther Arkwright to bring together a modern or near modern setting with some really wild options. As you can imagine, with a title like After the Vampire Wars, there's a whole lot going on. Secret societies, devastation, nuclear holocaust, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria, the whole 9 yards. If you're a fan of urban fantasy and you're interested in D100 or have been playing D100 games for a while, this is definitely, I feel, high on the list. Very organized, lots of information, all the fantastic options that Mythras brings to the table in a reasonably sized package. Magic is real. Supernatural creatures are real. Everybody knows it, and steps have been taken to protect normal people from the supernatural, and it didn't quite turn out the way you might hope, unless you're interested in playing a cool role-playing game, and then it turned out exactly like you would hope. So the index appears on page 148. There is a moderate amount of art. Text is a reasonable size, clear, well written as you might expect given the author, and it presents a really solid survey of this type of fiction. Now, Mythic Constantinople, well, this is another one of those in-depth looks at a region or area, a period of time, and a specific way to approach it, much like Mythic Britain was. This one is by Mark Shirley and presents us a vision of Constantinople in the year 1450. One where, if you go through and use the game as written, a lot of the regional supernatural beliefs are true. There are things lurking beneath the city. There are creatures working in the city that are drawn from myth and legend, but here in Mythic Constantinople can be 100% real. A few words about the book itself. Like all the recent Design Mechanism hardcovers, it is a matte, non-gloss finish. Almost feels like velvet to the fingers. The interiors are black and white with a moderate amount of art, and the text is crisp on nice, clean white paper. So let's take a look inside. Okay. You can already see the classic Design Mechanism style has taken shape, taken root. So when we open one up, we know what to expect. Easy to read, clear tables, and art that helps you lock yourself in place, in time, and in character. Now, this is Mythic Constantinople. It includes magic and mysteries. It includes unusual creatures, such as the mighty Minotaur, who might be actually seen wandering the streets or lurking in the Undercity. Here's an image to prove my point. But the book is more than that. While it does share a world of magic and mystery and wonder, it doesn't skimp on the history, so excising the supernatural still leaves you with an excellent sourcebook for Constantinople in the year 1450. Alright, this is just an unboxing video and sort of a box horror story, Tales from the Post Office kind of thing. There'll be other videos to follow which look at Mythic Constantinople more specifically and After the Vampire Wars as well. Both of these games are in normal distribution now. You can get them from all of your usual sources. I'll just reiterate, if you're looking for print copies and you live outside of North America, the place to go to order is from Aeon Games, a partner of the Design Mechanism. If you're in North America, go ahead and order directly from the Design Mechanism. And that is all for this unboxing video for Mythic Constantinople and After the Vampire Wars, 2 settings for Mythras.